take steps to secure appropriate redress where human rights have been violated. The Human Rights Commission Act of 2013 provides the enabling framework for the exercise of the Commission's powers and imposes a mandatory duty on both public bodies and private individuals, a duty of cooperation with the Commission. Article 16(1) of the Human Rights Act allows the Commission to resolve a complaint by applying a combination of one or more methods of dispute resolution or by any other appropriate means. And Section 8 of the Act sets out the various forms of alternative dispute resolution that the Commission may embark upon with the aim of resolving any dispute, which includes mediation, conciliation, and negotiation. So as you have heard, we have entered into a mediation agreement with Dr. van der Berg, and that's the mediation agreement that we are going to sign this morning. So I would like to read the findings by the Commission in respect of this matter. 4.1. The South African Human Rights Commission conducted several inspections at the premises of the respondent during the investigation and was able to confirm the following. 1. Black and white patients were not receiving equal treatment at the facility. 2. Segregated services at the reception point of the medical center with a black receptionist serving black patients and a white receptionist serving white patients. 3. Segregation of waiting areas with one area for black patients and another area for white patients. Segregated consultation rooms with one set of consultation rooms serving black patients and another reserved for white patients. Next, segregation of toilets, cutlery, and other kitchen appliances between black and white staff members. And so I would like now to go to our recommendation as the Human Rights Commission, which is part, of course, of this mediation agreement. So 6 says, recommendations by the Commission. 6.1, having engaged with the respondent and the complainant and taking into account the normative and legal frameworks, background of the matter as communicated to the South African Human Rights Commission by the complainant and the respondent, the voluntary nature of the respondent's willingness to address the complaint steps already taken by the respondent to resolve the complaint, the need for restorative justice and understanding, amongst other relevant factors, the Commission makes the following recommendations. 6.1.1, that in the interest of all parties, the matter is resolved as expeditiously and amicably as possible. 6.1.2, that the mandate of the South African Human Rights Commission as a constitutional body with a statutory duty to protect and promote human rights and to respond to complaints is understood by the respondent and other interested stakeholders. 6.1.3, that the respondent agrees to refrain from any similar future actions, words, or attitude which may infringe on the rights of others as contained in Chapter 2 of the Constitution. 6.1.4, that the respondent immediately ceases to provide separate reception areas, waiting areas, as well as consultation rooms serviced with separated linen to patients based on their skin color. 6.1.5, that the respondent immediately ceases to allow the segregated use of cutlery and other kitchen appliances by staff members based on their skin color. 6.1.6, that the respondent further submit a written unconditional apology for his conduct, which will be included in a media statement in order to communicate the outcome of this investigation to the public at large. 6.1.7, that the respondent, as well as his staff members, attend, assist, and participate in one of the South African Human Rights Commission's anti-racism advocacy workshop within 3 months after signing of this agreement. 1.8, 6.1.8, that the respondent donates 48 hours of his own time to assist in a medical facility which caters to the medical needs of patients from previously disadvantaged backgrounds, free of charge within 3 months after signing of this agreement. 6.1.8, that the respondent disposes altogether of medication which is prescribed in his medical center. 6.1.9, that the respondent facilities, 6.1.9, that the respondent facilitates one counseling session at the respondent's own cost for each member of his own staff who may have been adversely affected by the practices which were taking place at the medical facility. And 6.1.10, that subject to the above, the South African Human Rights Commission regards the matter as being resolved.